high call series.
So which was the first one? The first one was messengers. People who could run very fast or who could ride a horseback, they used to carry these messages from one place to other. Second, they used birds, pigeons, eagles, etc. were used for carrying messages from one place to other because these birds can come back to the same place from where they are flown, they are taken to. Then we had a postal system. Okay, we can send messages, we can send what we call it, letters, we can send money orders, we can send a lot of things through this postal system. The problem is it will take you 2 or 3 days to reach the other side. Okay, then we go to telephones. Telephone lines were established, telephones were put on, and we can make a call anybody to anytime. The only problem is at the time of making the call, the person should be available on the other side, right? And then we had fax through which we can send the messages. Then internet and email, much more faster system of communication. The person on the other side will receive the message on the same spot when you send the message. Okay, it's so fast. Now we have mobile phones. Okay, now we use mobile phones to communicate, right? So the advantage of using a mobile phone is that we can make a call or establish a communication with anybody anywhere around the world. Okay. Now, other than these, we have some other things also. For example, radio. Have you ever seen a radio? Have you ever seen a radio? We have radio stations from where they will relay so many programs, news programs, etc., which we will receive. Okay, so that is also a means of communication because if there is some news or something like that we should know. Okay, they will be conveyed to us through these media. Radio is one, then televisions are there, and even before that we have newspapers. We have newspapers. Newspapers are one. Then radio was there. Then the television is another one. Okay. So media like newspapers, televisions, radio are also used for communications. They too can be used to send messages or information to us. Right? So these are the most common modes of means of communication. Nowadays, we do not use these two. These are not used. Postal systems are still there. Telephones we use, fax we use. Internet, email, and mobile phones are the most advanced used means of communication. Right? So these are some kinds of communication that we have, but that is not just the means of communication. There are still more. There is a bell in the school. No? There is a bell in the school. So, what is the purpose of that bell over there? Yes, that bell is actually used for communicating with the students and teachers. For example, if it is assembly, the assembly is about to start. Is it possible for the peon, the attender, or the principal to go to each and every child, each and every student and a teacher to tell that, my dear child or my dear teacher, it's time for the assembly? Is it possible? No. But what do? Yes, they will make a bell. Okay. So there is a first bell, there is a second bell, and we know by the third bell we should be in the assembly ground. Huh? And after the assembly gets over, there is another bell. So it's time for us to disperse. And there will be one more bell for the class to start. Right? At the end of every hour, at the end of every period, there is a bell. Why is it used? To communicate. Right? To communicate to each and every student in the class, each and every teacher in the school, each and every person that were there in the school compound, to make them communicate that now 1 hour has got over. It's time to start the next hour. A teacher will not be in our class forever. No? She has to go to some other class, teach other students also. So she will be teaching us, then rings the bell. Okay, now it is time for me to go to the other class. So it's communicating. Huh? During the lunch break, yeah, we know that bell is yes, that indicates it's a lunch break time for us. Evening 4 o'clock again. So school bell is actually a means of communication. We have doorbells also, no? There is a switch outside the main door of the house. So who will press it? When someone comes to home, then it will be pressed. So when we hear the calling bell, the doorbell ring, then we can understand, okay, somebody has come over there. Isn't it? Yes. Then, is there any other ways with which we communicate? What about animals? Do animals communicate? Do animals communicate? Yes, animals also communicate. For example, think we have gone to a friend's house. We have gone to a friend's house. The moment we opened the gate, there is a dog inside and it started to bark. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, the dog started to bark. What does it mean? The dog wants to intimate the people at the house that someone has come over here. Okay, so the dog wants to send a message to the people in the home that someone has come over there. Huh? Somebody will come from the home, they will look at you and they will call you a name and then the dog calms down, isn't it? So the communication, the dog wanted to say only one thing. Dear household members, someone has come over here. Please come and check who is this. So when the dog barked, the people at the home listened to that. They came out, they checked it. Now it's done. So the dog goes its way. Imagine you have a pet dog at home. You have a pet dog at home. So in the evening, when you come back from the school, the dog will be barking, shouting, coming towards you, running towards you, pouncing on you, licking your leg and all, then wagging its tail. What does it mean? The dog is communicating its happiness to you. What's the information that the dog shared at that time? Yes, it expresses its happiness. So since morning I missed you, my buddy, very much. And now I'm very happy. Then, you might have heard about this, the cock crows in the morning. The cock crows in the morning. What is actually the cock doing? It's communicating. What? It's time to get up. Isn't it? So, animals also communicate. Sometimes we can see this, some sugar or some sweet or a chocolate piece or something like that falls down on the floor. 1 or 2 ants may be there. That ant will come and pick this sugar or this chocolate piece. Very soon, there will be plenty of ants. What happens there actually? What does happen there? Those ants which got these sugar pieces or chocolate pieces, convey the message to the other ants. What? Yeah, we have got some food over there. Before somebody sweeps it and throws it away, let us go and bring it on. So the other ants who get the message come fast so that they can take it away. Okay. So animals also do communicate. Right? So means of communication. Communication is a process of exchanging information with others. Right? It can be expressed using words, gestures, actions, then making some expressions also. There are plenty of means of communication. Nowadays, the most widely used communications are means of communications are mobile phones, internet, etc., television, radio, and newspapers. Television, radio, and newspapers are also known as a means of communication, and they are known as mass communications. So, what do we call television, radio, and newspaper? They are called mass communication. Mass communication mass means a large group. Okay, so they print something, and something that they print in the newspaper reach a large mass, a large group of people. Okay, there is a news that is being, announced or telecasted in a channel. It reaches thousands and thousands of people. Okay, so as they reach thousands of people, they are called a mass communication. It is not just that, the other things in the world also have got some kinds of communication. For example, the school bell communicates the different timings. The horn of a vehicle, when we drive a vehicle, we use the horn, no? So that horn is also communicating something. If there is somebody in front, we just want to communicate that, buddy, we are here behind you. Okay? So if you drive safe, it's better for us also. Indicator lights are there, no, in our vehicle. They are also communicating. So when you put the right indicator, it communicates a message that people who are driving behind our vehicle, buddy, I am going to take a right turn. So please don't try to overtake because I will hit you. Isn't it? Our vehicles have these indicator lights, no, on the right side and left side. Front and back we have these indicators. They are also communicating that we are going to take a turn this way. Right? Animals also communicate in their own ways. Okay? So this is the lesson part of a means of communication. And now we will go with the activity part of this lesson.